Watch your child soar to new heights at Cabarrus Charter Academy. Cabarrus Charter Academy is a tuition-free public charter school now accepting applications for kindergarten through 12th grade. Watch your child soar to new heights at Cabarrus Charter Academy. Cabarrus Charter Academy is a tuition-free public charter school now accepting applications for kindergarten through 12th grade. Our curriculum encompasses a student-focused learning environment, offering whole child development while fostering strategic partnerships between families, teachers, and the community. Join us for an information session or submit an application by visiting cabarruscharter.org today.
Good evening, Facebook family. It's Principal Kim White, just joining you this evening to answer any questions you may have about the opening of school. This is the week. Our students will be joining us in the mobile classroom on Wednesday, and our teachers have been hard at work last week and moving into this week to welcome them to the mobile classroom. You have begun receiving information from our teachers about that classroom, and you will continue to receive information as we make our way to Wednesday. We are so excited to open the 2021 school year with you at Cabarrus Charter Academy, a tuition-free public charter school in Concord, North Carolina. Now, let's talk for a moment about our personnel updates because you have begun receiving telephone calls from our classroom teachers. So I just want to make sure that you're aware of who's in the building. And after this 9 weeks or whenever our students return to the building, I want you to know that our team is fully staffed. And if it's not fully staffed, I want you to know what we're doing about it. So as we get prepared to open school on Wednesday, we will welcome 3 teachers per team, except for our second grade team, which has 4 teachers because that's our largest group of students. So 2 of our team members, we have a team member joining us tomorrow at grade K, and we also have a team member joining us in about a week at grade 3. We also have a couple of team members who are on leave. We have a team member at grade 4 who is on leave, and we are continuing to seek a candidate for grade 1. So what that means is as we open the school year on Wednesday, we may open that school year with a member of the instructional leadership team in those spots where we have folks who are on medical leave, or we have folks who are just joining us this week or joining us maybe in 1 week. So we just want to make sure that you are aware that if a member of the instructional leadership team is there, we are working to onboard the classroom teacher for that group. So we want you to be aware of that. We have one first grade teacher who will be on leave this week because she has experienced a loss in her family. Miss Miller has experienced a loss in her family, so she will not be in live lessons on Wednesday and Thursday, but she will be joining your achievers the following Monday. So anytime we have an opportunity where the regular classroom teacher will not be in attendance, we want to make you aware of that because we just want to keep you in the loop. So we have a team member at the K team who is joining us tomorrow. She will be ready to welcome her K learners, her kindergarten learners on Wednesday and Thursday this week. We have an opportunity on the first grade team. So that means we may have someone from the instructional leadership team welcoming those students on Wednesday and Thursday. And then at the grade 4 level, we have a team member who is on leave, medical leave. And so she will not be joining us when we open school, but we will have someone else in her place until she is released and ready to come back to work. She's very excited about returning to work. So anytime we anticipate that your achiever will not have that regular classroom teacher for more than a day or 2, we want to make you aware of that. And we want to make sure that you know that we are working on it, that we have a qualified person in there working in their absence, and that we will get them in place just as soon as possible. So if you have any question about those personnel updates, please email me directly at kwhite@cabarruscharter.org, and I'll talk through that more with you. Tonight, we're going to focus on communication as we are opening this school year remotely. It's the first time we've ever done that. We want to talk about how communication and our systems of communication will change this year. Historically, we've been able to push out information to you directly, either through the in-person open house, or we'd send information home with students. But as you know, for the first 9 weeks, students will not be in the building with us. So we're not able to send information home with them to keep you in the know. So we are heavily dependent on all of our digital platforms to keep you in the know. Because we are so heavily dependent on those digital platforms, it is so important that your information is current in School Med. I know when we were chatting back in June and back in May about finalizing your registration and finalizing your enrollment, one of those pieces of finalizing that information in SchoolMet was to make sure that we had a good working telephone number for you and that we had a good working email for you, because we will use both of those points of contact as we open the school in the mobile classroom. Teachers began calling families Friday to introduce themselves. They continued to do that this weekend, and they'll continue with those calls even tomorrow. And what I'm finding is, as they record their results on the spreadsheet that I asked them to use for those results, I'm finding lots of comments about it's a bad number, it's a bad email, the voicemail was full, the voicemail wasn't set up. I'm finding that we don't have the greatest information for you. And that is problematic as we open in the mobile classroom. So please, you already have a login to SchoolMint, because every family who joins us has a login for SchoolMint, because either you used it to create your account to apply, or you used it as a returning family to confirm your enrollment. So please just double check for me in SchoolMint and make sure that we have a great working telephone number for you, because we'll use it not just for our telephone calls, but I'll be talking in just a moment about other ways we'll use that telephone number. And we will also use it for email. We will be emailing some very important information out to you Monday and Tuesday about accessing your Achievers Schoology information and every other system that we have. So we have to have a good email for you, because that information clearly won't be sent home in the paper form the way that we've been able to do it in the past. In the past, it hasn't been as critical that we have that email information for you. But this year, as we open in the mobile classroom, we really need a good working email address for you. So please just jump into SchoolMap, make sure that's available, make sure it's accurate, double check the telephone number, and make sure that we can connect with you as we work from the mobile classroom, a different classroom than we've used with the school opening in the past. So let's talk a little more about our systems of communication. Once you join us, whether you are joining us for the very first time or whether you're confirming the fact that you're going to keep your seat with Cabarrus Charter Academy, after you move from SchoolMed, you move into Power School. Everybody moves into the element of Power School. Power School drives everything that we do. Power School, especially this year, it drives everything that we do, because all of our systems, our learning management system, our communication system, our clever system, everything syncs with Power School. So once we get that correct information in SchoolMet, we make sure that it is correct in Power School, and then we start pushing out information to you. A few parents contacted me because they were concerned that they hadn't received any information about their Schoology login, or they hadn't received a contact from their classroom teacher, and that is driven by Power School. Once we got our information uploaded and scheduled into Power School on Wednesday and Thursday, you'll notice that teachers began those calls on Friday. We'll be sending out letters and training information about Schoology tomorrow, because those letters are generated from Power School. So until all of our information is correct in Power School, it kind of slows us down. It stalls what we're able to do with our parents. but we're good to go now. We've got that information. It's accurate in Power School because it's based on SchoolMet, and you've already double checked that for us. And then it syncs with all of our other systems. So we're ready. We're ready to go with School Messenger. We're ready to go with our learning management system because our Power School is up to date. You will receive your Schoology letter. Please don't worry. In the Schoology letter, we'll also have the access for Clever. It'll have your access for the parent portal of Power School. All of the systems that you need to access will be captured in this one letter, and you will receive that now that all of our information is current in Power School. So I just wanted to make sure that you're aware of how critical Power School is. It is the vehicle that drives everything else that we do at Cabarrus Charter Academy. Also captured in Power School is our School Messenger system. School Messenger is new for us this year. We're very excited to have School Messenger. We can send out messages. It replaces what we've used, the parent link that we've used in the past, and it was hit or miss. Sometimes you would share with me that you were able to get some information. Sometimes you would share you didn't get any information or it was spotty. With School Messenger, it's synced with Power School. So every student, every family that we have in Power School, you will get messages, you will get whole school messages, you will get grade level messages, you will get communication from your Achievers classroom teacher via School Messenger. You should have been receiving those texts already asking if you'd like to opt in. If you were not able to opt in, or if you chose to opt out because you weren't sure what School Messenger was, we'll be posting information on our school's website about how to correct all of that. Our wonderful registrar, Mr. Shields, has created a page on our school's website, www.cabarruscharter.org. He's completed a page that lists all of this information about Power School, about School Messenger, about our new learning management system. All of that is captured on our school's website. So if you've had a text message from School Messenger, or if you didn't get one, you will see what you can do about that on our school's website. So just navigate to the parent side of the parent tab of our school's website, and you'll see what to do about all of our new systems of communication. So that's at www.cabarruscharter.org. So we talked about how Power School drives everything that we do. We have to make sure that our information is current, not only in Power School, but also in SchoolMet. And then we're able to contact you with general information using School Messenger. We don't only use School Messenger to share information with you, but Ms. Akla has been sharing the weekly pack with you in general for several months now. She did it right through the end of June, and then she picked right up in August with our weekly pack. A lot of information is in our weekly pack, but you're not getting it if we don't have current information for you. So we can just scroll on down, you'll see captured in our weekly pack are important dates. I do a message generally in the weekly pack. Our school supply list. In Friday's weekly pack, there's a link for our school supply list. Technology distribution. Gotten several emails about how do I pick up or request a device, but there it is in the weekly pack. So if we don't have a good email for you, you miss this link to sign up. But that's no problem because all you have to do is email myself or Ms. Akla and say, I'm not getting the weekly pack. We track that down and we figure out why you're not getting it, because we want you to use that link to sign up for picking up technology. If you need a device, we want you to use that link to sign up Wednesday or Thursday to pick it up. You also see there's an announcement about this week's uniform sale, which is Tuesday from 10 to 4. And then there's information about our cafeteria information. If parents are requesting a meal kit, because we will offer meal kit distribution where you can pick up breakfast and lunch meals from us, that's there in the weekly pack. You can sign up there in the weekly pack. There's also important links about how to be in touch with your child's teacher. There's some state tests that we have to complete right at the opening of school. And we have to do those state tests face to face. And so we have to schedule them out because we can only invite a certain number of students in to complete those tests. All of that is explained in the weekly pack. So please make sure Mr. Shields is displaying that for us right now. You can see all of the critical information that's captured in that weekly pack. Ms. Akla is methodical about sending it out every Friday evening. So please make sure you're getting the weekly pack, because a lot of the questions you have about information and where you can find it is captured in the weekly pack. So it's another important system of communication. Thank you, Thomas. So in addition to our school messenger, you see that the weekly pack goes out. So you get information in various ways. You're not required to be on Facebook to get information from us. You get it via email, you get it on our school's website, and we will continue to use other platforms such as School Messenger and the weekly pack to make sure our entire Husky family is in the know. Because once again, this school opening is going to be unlike any school opening we've had in the past. So, one system of communication is School Messenger. You've heard me mention over the past couple of Sundays that we will also have another system that we're using this year, and that is Schoology, or you may say Schoology. It's up to you. You determine how you want to pronounce it. Schoology also generates from Power School. So you can see how important Power School is. All of our systems are connected to Power School. So Schoology or Schoology, you get a letter that is generated from Power School. We'll start pushing those letters out that have your access information. We have a training video for you. It's posted on our website. I'm going to ask Mr. Shields to share it with you this evening as well, because I want that training video out in as many places as we could have it. And you know that this video not only airs live on Facebook, but we also post it on our Facebook page, but then we post it on our website as well. I want to make sure that you have access to this training video. We're going to view it here tonight together so that if you have any questions or points of clarification at the end, you have access to Principal White to ask. But the video will also, it's already posted on our school's website at www.caberischarter.org, so that when you receive your letter with your access codes, you know how to log in and go ahead and create your parent account in Schoology. And then Wednesday, when it's time for your achiever to jump on and learn, you have that login information as well. So if there's any confusion, it won't be a problem, because we can always circle back to any issues that we have. So let's just take a peek at that training video, and you'll see just how navigable the Schoology learning management system is. And we are so excited to have it as part of our mobile classroom.
Hi, parents. My name is Brandon Schwartz. I'm a teacher at Meaver School of Excellence in Goose Creek, South Carolina, and that is a member of the Charter Schools USA family of schools. And I really enjoy helping people learn and making things easy for people. That's kind of the reason I became a teacher in the first place, right? But today I wanted to take some time, and I wanted to talk to you, and I wanted to make your journey into Schoology a little bit easier. So I've been working on a lot of videos recently to help teachers, help your children, help you become better at using this program. And I wanted to take a few minutes, and I wanted to help you sign up to it, and I wanted to help you take baby steps into it. It's going to seem like it's a pretty big program, but once you get involved in the program, it's really, really easy. It's a lot like social media. So when you go to Schoology.com, it's going to lead you to this landing page here. And you will hover over sign up, click on that, and then click parent, because that's what you are. Once you do that, it's going to open up to a second page, a new tab, and it's going to ask for an access code. This access code is going to be given to your children by your child's teacher. Once you enter in this code, it's going to ask you to create an account. From there, you can enter in your first name, your last name, your email address, a password, and then you're going to be linked to the account. And I'm going to show you what that's going to look like. So I've already created an account, so I'm just going to click login. And the email I made here is it's a mock email. It's not real. So I have jimmymcmadeup@gmail.com. I figured that was pretty fitting because it's made up. And I've already linked this to a teacher friend of mine who is in one of my classes at at Meavers. So that way I could get an understanding of what you'll see and help you understand what you'll see once you log in. So when you log in, you're going to come to this page here. I take that back. You will actually come to your home page here, which will look just like this. It'll have no posts, no upcoming events. The only thing that would be different is over here where it says Meavers School of Excellence. It would have whatever school your child is currently attending. Because I work at Meavers, everything is going to be Meavers related. But when you work at your school, when your child attends a CSUSA school, it will have that school name up in this corner. Everything else should look very, very similar. From there, you will click the drop down for Mr. McMadeUp, because that's me, Mr. McMadeUp, and my air quote child, Lainey Bishop, who is a teacher at Meavers, and allowed me to use her as my mock child. If I click on that, that will be where your child's name will be. It will have everything up here that is listed that your child will be able to see. So from all of their courses or all of their groups that they're associated with, they will have all of their, essentially their news feed. Over here where it says recent grades, anything that has been recently graded will be in this category. Any assignments, tests, quizzes, discussions, anything like that, you'll be able to see. Now let's dive in a little bit deeper. If I click on courses, my course is the Sandbox course, and that is what Miss Bishop is enrolled in. If I click that, now this actually shows you the course that you'll see from your child's perspective. So it'll say up at the top, you're viewing as your child, and then everything else that is in here is what your child can see. So it'll be discussion boards, it'll be assignments, it'll be units, it'll be whatever it is that the teacher has posted that is due. Speaking of due, any assignment that's due in Schoology will come up over here as upcoming. Any assignment that is due will have the day and the time it's due. So for instance, what I do is I release my assignments Saturday at midnight, and they're due the following Saturday. So I follow what is called an asynchronous pattern, where I do have my Microsoft Teams meetings, and I have my students come in and we talk and we discuss what needs to be done. But their assignments are all able to be done on their own time, because I do know that there are a lot of parents that work. So I try to make mine a little bit more asynchronous and give them that full mobile learning experience. So any assignment that's due will be over here on your right-hand side. Over here on the left-hand side, this toolbar where it says updates, if we click on that, here are any updates that have been posted by the teacher. And in this case, this is actually me. I've posted all of these updates, and I've made a mock classroom so that way my teachers and I will be able to see exactly what happens in the class. So anything that's posted by the teacher will be posted here for you to see. Any grades that your children have will be in the grades tab. If you click on the grades tab, it's going to have all the grades for your child. However, I would recommend going over to PowerSchool, because PowerSchool will have the most accurate grades. Then you can click on members over here and see other members of the class. However, I'm not going to do that since Miss Bishop gave me permission to use her as a mock student, and I didn't speak to any of the other teachers, so I don't want to betray any of their trust or anything like that. So that's pretty much everything that you'll be able to see as a parent looking in on a child. If you wanted to get back to that overview where it shows all of the classes, say you're a parent of a child in 7th grade or 6th grade and they have differentiated classes, then you can go ahead and click. In this case, it's going to say Meavers, but in your school will say something else. And that'll give you that news feed feel. With that, I hope that helps you out. If there's any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to anybody at your school, and we'll do the best we can to make sure that this is a seamless and easy transition for you. Once again, I'm Brandon Schwartz, Meavers School of Excellence in South Carolina. I'll see you next time.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us, Thomas. So you see, the next steps that you will be taking after you receive your Schoology letter is you will have the opportunity to set up your account in Schoology, where your student will already be enrolled, because those accounts sync with PowerSchool. Again, PowerSchool drives everything that we do. So be expecting that letter. Make sure we have a good email for you. Be expecting that letter tomorrow. If you don't get a letter from your child's teacher, or if you don't get a letter from Principal White tomorrow, you want to let us know so that we can generate that for you. It takes us just a couple of moments to generate it for you and send it over to you so you have the opportunity to set up your account in Schoology, take a look around and get comfortable with it before Wednesday. The first day of school is Wednesday, August 19th. We're so excited to welcome our learners back to the mobile classroom. We will use Wednesday and Thursday to make sure everybody has access, for you to take a moment to pay attention to making sure your learner can get into that Schoology classroom, attend those live lessons. We'll use Wednesday and Thursday to make sure everybody is comfortable with using that system before we jump into some additional activities the following Monday. We have a virtual open house scheduled this Tuesday, the 18th. I will be doing live sessions at 2 p.m. and at 6 p.m. on Tuesday using this Access platform, and also using it for us on our school's website or YouTube so that parents can ask questions as they prepare for the first day of school. Also, as you saw in the weekly pack, you have the opportunity to sign up for a pickup time when we use Parent Drive for a pickup time to pick up a device if your family would like to request one. Also in the weekly pack is an opportunity for you to share if you would like to take advantage of our meal kit service. Our meal kit service will be available starting Monday after that, Wednesday and Thursday. Starting a week from tomorrow, we'll have those meal kits available for you to pick up either on Monday or on Thursday, or you can choose to do both. Included in the meal kit will be meals for breakfast and lunch, as well as some fresh servings of fruit for our students who are joining us from the mobile classroom. But we have not received any information about how much that meal kit will cost if you are not a family who's taking advantage of our free and reduced lunch platform. But if you are taking advantage of free and reduced lunch, that means you have applied or you plan to apply. That meal kit will be available to you at no cost. All you have to do is let us know each week that you're going to be coming in to pick that up, coming in through Parent Drive to pick that up, and we will have it available for you. So we'll take an opportunity to see if you have any questions. A lot of information tonight. Systems of communication. We'll share this information tonight. We'll share it again next Sunday. We just want to make sure that you're aware. Power School will be available at 9 a.m. tomorrow. You'll be able to take a look from the parent portal tomorrow. Any questions? Which great question. We will not be using Zoom, and you know we depended heavily on Zoom in the spring. We will be using Microsoft Teams because our learning management system, Schoology, interacts with our Office suite, Office 365 suite. We will be using Microsoft Teams. Great question. And the code to join, the instructions for joining that Teams meeting will be included with each teacher's Schoology classroom. If I have more than one student, when we need two Schoology accounts, you'll have one Schoology account, but they will have two separate logins. But you as a parent will be able to view both of those. Another great question. One login, but your students are captured on one account, but they will have two separate access codes. What other questions do you have? If you missed some bits of information on that video, remember it's in our school's website and it's also on Facebook. We get a virtual meet and greet. Yes, teachers are working on that virtual meet and greet as a part of Open House. It is video recorded, but I will be live to answer any other questions. But we do have those virtual sessions planned for the meet and greet for students. When will the sale start? The uniform sale is Tuesday from 10 to 4 if you're meaning the uniform sale. I hope that's what we're referencing, but it will be Tuesday from 10 to 4. You'll be able to join us on Parent Drive. It's outdoor. You'll be able to wear your mask. We'll have all of those safety precautions in place from 10 to 4 with our preferred uniform vendor this Tuesday, the 18th, if you need to pick up any uniforms. We'll also have running alongside the new uniform pieces. Will also have the used uniform sale running alongside that. All of that happens on Tuesday, the 18th. Schoology is K12. It's K12. If you haven't received a letter from the 612 parents, or excuse me, the 612 team members, you will be receiving one. It's a K12 initiative for Cabarrus Charter Academy. And in fact, it is the learning management system for Charter Schools USA. So any of our Charter Schools USA schools will be using it. Power School is K12. Power School is throughout North Carolina. It's how we capture student data. So it's for everybody. Whatever we're doing at the lower in terms of Power School is happening at the upper as well. What is the average learning time for kindergartners? So we have a schedule that we created for all of our students, K5. All of our students have synchronous, that means live lessons for about 2 hours every day. And that 2 hours includes Encore and it includes core content. So K5. We have our kindergarten students starting a little later in the day because we want to get them awake and ready to learn. So they have their Encore at 8:30 a.m. each day, but then starting at 9 a.m., they jump into some of the core content, and that is until about 10:30. So all of our learners are online, live, synchronous learning for about 2 hours every day. And then we have the schedule broken out for asynchronous learning and small learning groups throughout the rest of the day after that. That schedule is posted on our school's website, and it is also posted on our Facebook page as well. If it's not available on the website, I'm seeing a message from Mr. Shields. If it's not on the website, it will be. I'll make sure it gets posted there. We know. It takes about a week, maybe a week and a half to find out, to get that determination about free lunch. But for all of our applicants, we make those meals available for the first days of school. We make them available to you whether we've got that decision or not. So if you've applied, don't worry about waiting for a decision. If you would like to pick up meal kits, just let us know you want to pick up meal kits and we'll wait for the decision on the application, but we will not wait to give you a meal kit if you desire one. Just let us know. What other questions do you have for us? You're so excited. We are excited to see the kids at the upper school, Miss Brown. We're excited to see them at the lower school too. We'll be even more excited as things nationally settle down to welcome them back into the building. School's a little too quiet. Schools aren't supposed to be quiet. We want to get those kids back in. So can we drop in anytime on 10 to 4 for uniforms? Yes. There's no sign up time required like we are asking for the devices. You can come 10 to 4, come to Parent Drive. You can park right on Parent Drive and come and take a look and see what we have and then make the purchases, or you may choose to pick something from our used uniform sales, and that will be fine as well. So on Tuesday, there will not be the opportunity to talk with staff, but you will have the opportunity to talk with staff once the first day of school is underway. Our staff will have office hours every day from 2 to 3:30 p.m. Some of our teams, the office hours are from 2:30 to 3:30. But every day they have office hours, and you have the opportunity to talk to them and to have some conversations with our staff, and that begins Wednesday. So Wednesday it's uniform, or Tuesday it's uniform sales only, but those office hours start Wednesday each day, and you have the opportunity to do that, to reach out to your teacher and to determine if you want to use Teams if you want to do a telephone call and chat with them any day that you need them. The school start at 7:45 or 8 a.m. And also, do the kids log in on Friday? That's a great question. We are using that 7:45 to 8 a.m. as an opportunity for students to log in, to make sure their technology is working, to make sure the teacher's technology is working, and then learning begins promptly at 8 a.m. while we're in the mobile classroom. Now, when we move to the in-person classroom, it will be a firm 7:45 a.m. start. On Fridays, students are able to log in if they have an appointment with a tutor or if they have an appointment for a small group lesson. Otherwise, they have the opportunity to work asynchronously on Friday for remediation, and it depends on the student if they'll have an appointment to log in, and the teacher will communicate that to the parent because we're using Friday as a day to close any learning gaps that occurred between Monday and Thursday. So you'll hear from your child's teacher if they are requesting that they join them in a session on Friday. Fourth graders reported to report for the readers. Is there a remote option? So for them to be, it's a state test, and so state tests are requiring that they come face to face. But we are working to determine what our remote options are for fourth grade, and so please check in with your fourth grade teacher to see if we're able to offer a remote option for that state test. So that is a great question as well. For third and fourth grade, we've got some state testing that is happening right at the beginning of the school year. So please check with your teacher to see if we were able to get approval for a remote option. School Messenger and app. School Messenger is not an app, it's just the name for the communication system. So what happens with School Messenger when you opt in to the type of communications you like to receive is that whenever I send a message out or your Achievers teacher sends a message out, it will either come via text or email or both. And so those were the opt-in features. If you missed your opportunity to opt in, you'll see instructions for how to correct that on our school's website at www.cabarruscharter.org. Chromebook has the programs downloaded on it. So because we are using school student emails, our students will have email addresses, even if it's just a placeholder, like for our K12 or our K2 students, the email address is just a placeholder for logging in. They don't really have an email account. So once they use that email address to log in, it will open up and they will have the opportunity to log into Clever. And in Clever, the apps are already there, and you will see the access information for Clever in your parent access letter that you will get tomorrow. So Clever does capture all of those programs for you already. Class Dojo. An individual teacher may decide to use Class Dojo, but we're not using it school-wide. Are there any Encore classes for the first 2 weeks? There will not be Encore classes for the first 2 weeks of school. If we are able to back that up just a little bit and bring in Encore before the first 2 weeks, we will. But we really want to use those first 10 days of school to make sure students have access, to make sure they can get into the programs that we need them to be able to get into. And then we will loop in Encore after that. But if that changes, I will let you know. But at this moment, we will not have Encore for the first 2 weeks. Is the school calendar still the same? It is still the same. The Labor Day, the teacher work days, all of that is still the same on our calendar because our calendar was approved by the state as our school year's calendar. The way we deliver learning, whether it's remote or in person, that is a separate issue. So our calendar with the work days, the holidays, all of those days are still firm. Great question. Anything else? Remember, all of this information is captured for you in our Facebook group. If you're not on Facebook, that's absolutely okay. It's captured on our school's website as well. How can I reset my school password? Yeah. I'm not sure if you're able to link your kindergarten student with the upper school students. That's a more technical question for our registrar, but you can reset your password after you get the information. See, Mr. Shields is telling me, yes, they can. So see, that's why he's the registrar. He has that information. So we can get instructions for you about how to do that. And you'll also have your Power School password and how to reset that password in the parent access letter that you will receive tomorrow. What other questions do we have? It's great to have Mr. Shields online with us because he has all the answers. Can we pick up yearbooks tomorrow? Absolutely. You can pick up yearbooks anytime. We are in the building currently now that school year is underway. We're in the building as early as 7 a.m. until about 4 p.m. each day. So anytime you have a moment to drop in and pick up that yearbook, you come right on through Parent Drive and we'll get it for you. Or you can come to the main office. You just have to remember to wear your mask and socially distance, and we'll get that for you. You don't need an appointment to grab that yearbook. Since they start at 8:30. So 8:30 is when the Encore. Yes, it's when the Encore begins. We're asking our kindergarten students to start just a little later, especially these first few days of school as they're getting used to the remote classroom. They're getting used to getting up daily. It's a lot of new things for our kindergarten achievers. And so, no, you don't need to get there at 7:45. Just if you can get there at about 8:15 and make sure you have access, make sure you're good to go and ready for Encore at 8:30, you'll be good for our kindergarten learners. Our kindergarten learners are starting their day a little bit later than everybody else. Do students who took the NWEA required to take the state testing? So yes, that is an excellent question. So the NWEA is an assessment that we use building level at Cabarrus Charter Academy. It's part of our CSUSA expectations for developing personalized learning plans for our students. The NWEA has nothing to do with state testing requirements. State testing requirements are in addition to what we do at the building level. So students who really rocked it out for us this summer, participated in Fast Forward, and took the NWEA will still be required to be a part of the state testing program if they're in third, fourth, or fifth grade. EC testing will be done in person, but their learning sessions will be done via Teams remotely. If you have EC meetings that are taking place, you will hear from our EC lead, Ms. Donahue, and those meetings are set up probably in Zoom because of some confidentiality requirements, but the instruction will take place in Teams, and if there's some testing that they have to sit for at state testing, that will be in person. You don't need to pick anything up for kindergarten unless you are requesting a device. Eventually, your student's kindergarten teacher will make available to you. Some families are saying they cannot join the live sessions or they're not interested in being in the synchronous learning for 2 hours until they will complete learning packets for your students or create learning packets for your students as well. And so those will need to be picked up if you are choosing that. But if you're not choosing that, there's nothing to pick up for them at this time. Any other questions? I'm going to be wrapping it up in about 1 minute. So if you have questions, even after the live program, you can capture those questions in the comments section on Facebook, and we do circle back and answer those questions. So if you think about something that happens after our time together, because we have about 1 more minute together, just feel free to capture it in the comment section on Facebook and we will reply. Also, if you missed the live session, this session is recorded, placed on Facebook, and placed on our school's website. www.cabarruscharter.org. We are so excited to have your achievers join us this Wednesday. K12, both campuses, Mr. Pierce and I are very excited to have them join us for the mobile classroom, and then when it's time to join us in the in-person classroom. We will work with you in the mobile classroom to make sure every student has a device, to make sure if you want to take advantage of the meal service benefit that you're able to do that, and to make sure that you know how to access all of our systems of communication. So tonight has been about all the ways we can communicate with you in this mobile setting. I want to thank you for joining us. Thank you for choosing Cabarrus Charter Academy, and I look forward to chatting with you again next week.
Watch your child soar to new heights at Cabarrus Charter Academy. Cabarrus Charter Academy is a tuition-free public charter school now accepting applications for kindergarten through 12th grade. Our curriculum encompasses a student-focused learning environment, offering whole child development while fostering strategic partnerships between families, teachers, and the community. Join us for an information session or submit an application by visiting cabarruscharter.org today.